Hi, my name's Zach, and we've been attending Grace for about a year, and this is my wife, Kimberly Nicole.
My dad actually pastored me for about 8 or 9 years, and he actually resigned from the church building we were at for a while. And when that happened, we kind of started running from God.
After he gave up the church, we kind of slipped away from God for a while, and I didn't know if I was going to lose my family or my marriage, or things just kept going downhill in my life.
I felt like I had ran as far as I could from God, and I was empty. I didn't have anything left. You know, some of the sin that had me bogged down, it took me to a place that I never ever imagined I would get into. And when I was empty and I felt alone and I knew I didn't have anyone other than just my immediate family, I knew that time, you know, it was time to give my heart back to God, because I knew if I didn't, that I was going to lose all the good things in my life.
My friend from work invited me. His name's Richard Allen, and he kept asking me to come, and I came. And then my wife, I kept trying to talk her into coming back, and she didn't want to come, and I finally talked her into it.
We were invited to be at the movie series, and we were invited by Richard and Martha Allen, and they are my husband's friends from work. And when we came to be at the movie series, it was exciting. I'll never forget the feeling, walking in and seeing all this effort that this church had actually put into making people feel comfortable and hearing the Word of God. It was awesome. Like, I loved it, but it was like I was fighting the feeling of going to a big church, and I was nervous. And there was people there. They greeted us. They were friendly, very loving, and there was no worry about whether I was going to fit in, what people was thinking of me. And as I went through the corridor to look and see into the worship center, this amazing sound of worship just hit me like a ton of bricks. I remember smiling from ear to ear and tears just streaming down my face, and we hadn't even sit down the very first time during the service. And I looked at my husband and I told him, this is it, this is it, this is home, I know this is it.
We've been coming here since then, about a year, and we just started giving our heart back to God and getting close to Him, and everything just started turning around, and really love the way it makes us feel. Even when we mess up, we feel like we can get up and dust ourselves off and pick back up where we left off.
The very first service, we just knew we were going to have to, you know, make God first in our lives again. Our life was struggling, and it was a mess, and we had some family issues, and we are a blended family, and we kind of felt like it was impossible. And when we came here, we rededicated our hearts that day to just start living and serving God and putting Him first.
With the 101 class and the classes after and all the small groups and stuff, we've been able to get connected with people, and we're just trying to be involved as much as we can and just make friends and get involved in different ways with the church. We just really felt like we needed to keep coming to church here.
I was raised in church, but it just seems like since we've been going here that we've learned so much in 1 year than what 12 years have mattered, you know, so.
I feel closer to God since we started here at Grace, more than I ever have in my entire life of going to church. I'm walking closer with Him, and I feel like I've changed considerably in the last year and been more excited about God and telling others about God and telling them different things that Grace Church does, like the At the Movies series and different stuff like that. Really gets my attention and draws me in, and it's what keeps me going.
I had a lot of hurt in my heart towards Christians and people of God, and He was able to reach down in there and move that. And when He reached in there and took that hurt away, I was able to serve Him in a new way. And if you attend church here, or if you've never been here and you haven't completely surrendered everything over to God, please do, because whatever you're praying about, whatever it is that you may have in your life that you think that is impossible, God can move it and turn it around.